Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Temperance card. Now, this is a card of alchemy. This is a card of transformation, pressure, blending opposites together and refining something. You're changing, Leo, from the inside out, like metal that's being heated and reshaped and strengthened. There may be different parts of you that felt like they were disconnected. Now everything is working together. This isn't about balance. This is about fusing ourselves into something stronger. The pressure that you feel in your life right now is the necessary heat of that transformation. Don't run from it. This is a pressure cooker. This is you on the blacksmith's anvil. Let's put this into a little bit of context. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. 3 of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Prince of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles being forged into something new, something transcendent. Yeah. Very interesting, all of this earth energy here. I feel like there's got to be a financial component to some of this too, okay? But this might be physical transformation too. We have the 8 of Cups. 4 of Pentacles, more physical transformation. We have the Eon card, Judgment, the doorway to the future, and a Queen of Swords there at the end. Seeing in retrospect the necessity of this fight. This is the fight of your life. Okay? And it's coming. The realization here is that it's worth it. The real truth of the matter is that whatever this fight is, whatever this transformation, whatever this pressure cooker is allowing you to step through this doorway and create your own future. You're choosing your own adventure here with this Eon card. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Mr. Ed, the tiny horse, right there on top, of course. And that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video. Now, as we look around the room, we see 1, 2, 3 majors. We don't see any fire, but these are 2 fiery cards. We see a little bit of water, a little bit of air, and then earth, 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 earth. Even the Hermit is a little bit of earth energy, right, with that Virgo. But let's start with our Temperance card, the Art card. The pressure cooker, the blacksmith's anvil. Okay? And I think that in very practical terms, this card's trying to tell you that, like, you don't have to do these big moves, right? It's not these huge transformative choices that you're making. It's the little moves. It's the small adjustments that mean the most. Think minimum effective dose. It's not more is better. It's about the small refinements, incremental changes. You know, we don't want to, like if you're sculpting something, right? You don't want to take off just big, huge swaths of wood or plaster or stone or whatever it is. It's time to use the small chisel. And it's time to just use the toothpick and just slowly work on those final refinements of something. Okay? This is about, again, that inner transformation that you don't have to, there's something that you don't have to choose between. This isn't, either or. This is both. This is yes and. Okay? What's being made in you is new. Something you haven't been before. That's why there's an Ace of Pentacles. Trust the process, even if it feels slow. Good alchemy takes time. Okay? Transformation, though, it's not comfort. It's the creation of a self that is sturdy enough to hold its own life, construct its own life, build its own future, choose its own adventure, stay with the heat, because that new form of your life is taking shape. Okay? This is the blacksmith's anvil, the pressure cooker. This is the fight of your life. Okay? And it's worth it. Now, the Three of Pentacles. This is refinement. This is sort of slowly and steadily getting better and better and better at something, changing the shape over time. This is the way a blacksmith will literally meticulously bang on that hammer on that metal over and over and over again, back in the fire, back on the anvil, back in the fire, back on the anvil, eventually plunging it into a bucket of water. This is development. This is craft. This is building. And that craft requires patience, not speed. Okay? And this, I feel like this is you becoming who you need to become. You are improving. And therefore, the work that you are doing in the external world is also improving. In other words, because you're growing and changing and transforming internally, you're getting better and better and better at manifesting the reality that you desire, building the future that you desire. In other words, you're getting better at being the magician. Mystery card might be the magician. So, this is a difficult period of time for you. A lot of change, a lot of transformation. Maybe there are ways that you can make it easier for yourself. Maybe you can upgrade the tools that you use, put yourself into the most comfortable situation or position or environment that you can, so that this doesn't have to be more painful than necessary. Okay? But show up consistently. Don't make it any harder on yourself than it needs to be, right? But you got to show up. It's going to take repetition. Okay, the blacksmith, it's not just one big hammer movement, it's a bunch of repeated hammerings, okay? But the changes are starting to become very visible, and I think that it's affecting how you're functioning in the external world. I feel like others are noticing, okay? People are recognizing that you're changing. I think you are recognizing that you're making progress. You're building yourself up with intention. Your skill is growing, and you're having a more refined, a more effective ability to construct your life, to build your life. You see. And the Hermit underneath the surface, well, this is really the truth that each of us have to walk our own path alone. We're all in the dark, scary forest of uncertainty with ourselves, by ourselves. There may be a lot of other people around. There may be other people on this kind of transformational alchemical journey with you or near you. But it's for each of us to go through on our own, And so the Hermit is following that inner guidance. This is maybe kind of our spiritual retreat. This is you with intentionality, putting your head down and doing that work. Okay? Spending intentional time focusing on this inner transformation. Journaling. Okay? trusting the intuition, tapping into that, putting on that cloak of invisibility to avoid distraction, choosing simplicity over stimulation, protecting your energy from anything that's going to drain it. This is the boxer who was trying to prepare for a fight. And it's just like, you got to put the blinders on. You got to stay focused. Protecting your energy from anything that's going to jeopardize your conditioning, your transformation, this path that you're on. Stepping away from noise. Okay? You're trusting that internal wisdom, that internal guide. And I think that, like, this is you walking that path or preparing for that journey that's on the other side of this. That's on the other side of this doorway. This is like the entrance to the ring. This is like the, this is perhaps this is the exit from something. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But the hermit here is that sort of required solitude, the fortress of solitude that we need in order to refine this work. Because we don't want distractions right now. We're preparing for something. We're transforming. We're going through this process, and we need time to do it. We don't want anything else in our life to drain away our resources right now. Well, we have a Prince of Pentacles too. This is someone who is kind of a master at resources, resource management. It's the builder. It's a very strong Taurus energy. This is something that you are embodying, right? And this is that builder energy. You're building yourself. You're building the best version of yourself. Showing up every day consistently. Okay. There's diligence. There's a method to this kind of preparation. There's follow through. This is you working the plan. You've picked the system and you're sticking with it. Slow, steady effort that builds up over time. Okay. You're clocking in and you're doing the work. You're focusing on that task that's right in front of you right now, not the overwhelm of the entire journey, just like, what do I got to do today? What's the work right now? There's no sense of urgency here. There's no distraction. There's no rushing. It's slow, patient, diligent transformation. It could be financial stuff going on. It could be a physical transformation, a spiritual transformation. With all of this earth energy, there is some sort of physical component to this that takes time. Any changes in the physical realm are moving slower than we would like. But they are happening. And it's just a matter of us showing up every day and being okay with the slow pace. The pentacles move slower than any other element, because they're the only ones that are really in this dense realm of matter. Things change slowly. The Prince of Pentacles knows that and is just showing up every day, putting in the work. Commitment. Take care of your body. Take care of your resources. Okay? Keep moving even when progress feels very, very slow, which it will. Discipline here is devotion to your future self. You know what you're doing and why, and you have that commitment. Okay? We have a Five of Pentacles up here too, which is really just the process of change. Excuse me. It's the process of transition from a stable state to a transcendent state. See, the 4 plus the ace gives us the 5. The 5 plus the ace gives us the transcendent 6. Okay? But this is tension. This is kind of, survival. This is where the structure of your physical life or your physical being or the muscles of your body are being reorganized. I think there is a physical transformation taking place. Could be financial. Okay. And worry here is just that feeling of instability, that things are being torn apart. The old life, the old structure of ourselves is being pulled apart, stretched out, and it's sort of like we're kneading the dough, and so there's a reaction to that. The nervous system is sort of is bracing itself. Okay, this is where we're being rearranged. And it's the necessary process. Anytime you get a 4, you need the 5. From the 5, we transcend to the 6. So this is that process that is really leading to a tremendous breakthrough. We see all the golden light that's just about to shine forth from this card. Okay. You're in between the pulses of the cycle here with this one. Yeah. This is uncertainty. This is instability. This is the growing pain. And as you're growing, these things are sort of being stretched. Things are being, things are being molded and reshaped. And any kind of growth requires this process. Requires that we step on unstable ground, that we sort of surrender. This is what happens when you go to the gym and you're lifting a bunch of heavy weights. And your muscles you're getting these micro tears in your muscles, It's in the rest phase that we actually kind of things heal and get stronger than they were. Yeah. So this is that necessary kind of tearing apart. Yeah, it feels that way anyway. But you have an ace too, right? So I feel like this whole process is bringing you toward growth. It's bringing you forward into this unity, stability, okay? It's material growth, material gain. This is what you're being built into. And this is like, I feel like you're being prepared, you're being transformed. This is an alchemy. You're going to be more than the sum of your parts. When you're put back together, you're going to be more than what you were. This is something that is making you stronger. It's something that is going to lead to long-term growth and success and fulfillment. There could be money stuff here, could be stuff about work, health even, could be things about the home. The 5 of Pentacles is the necessary stage of being stretched and pulled apart, and there's that uncertainty. Okay. And this is kind of the restructuring, the healing kind of part of that, yeah? Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Let me know which card on the path of the dove resonates with you the most. Okay, and a really big shout out to everybody that sends the super thanks into the channel. We're getting more of those lately. I really appreciate those. On the path of the serpent here, we have the 8 of Cups. And I feel like the 8 of Cups is a little bit of fear. I feel like there is this desire to kind of walk away from the path. Especially when we're this is a lot of earth energy, very heavy, very slow, kind of feels like it's never going to end, But there is, I think, an emotional maturity about this. You realize that this is a temporary pressure cooker that's going to enhance your life, okay? That is good for you, but it is challenging. The Eight of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. I feel that in this pressure cooker, there are a lot of things as you're sort of training for a fight or you're in the fight. There are a lot of things in life that you can't enjoy. There are a lot of things that you have to say no to. And what this card is, it's the saying no to being manipulated by your emotional state. This is saying no to letting the emotions drive the car. When things are fun, you're going to want to do them more. When things don't feel so good, you're going to want to quit. You're here doing this work whether it feels good or not. You're here doing this work whether it's raining or the sun is shining. You're not letting your emotions drive the car here. You're showing up rain or shine. Okay? And the Four of Pentacles, you need boundaries. Four of Pentacles is the management of resources, and I think that you're protecting this process. If this is some kind of a work thing or if this is your business, there is power and stability that is being forged in you. And so this is a very strong base. This is maybe creating some financial boundaries. This is you protecting your space, clearing your space, decluttering your environment so that you can do this process better and easier. What does your studio look like, right? If this is the gym, this is your home, this is the workspace, where this work is taking place, you have to consider that work area. Okay. And this is your stability. This is a process for you that is starting to feel very solid. And I think it is creating a massive change in your life, a massive shift. Gather your resources because it's going to be a pressure cooker. But the Eon card here, the Judgment card, this is a rebirth. This is when you're getting out of the pressure cooker. Okay? And you are transformed and your future is transformed and you are free from this energy, from this process, and you're going to be able in retrospect to understand exactly why you had to go through all of this. You're going to understand exactly what it was for. The Eon card is a decision. It's a doorway. It's a doorway from the past to the future. And the pressure, it's basically it's the release of the pressure in the pressure cooker. When you're done with that process, okay? And this is in the position of the fear, the worry, concern, because, when we're here, it feels like this is never going to actually stabilize, that it's going to be this challenging forever, but it won't be, okay? You got to keep your heart and your mind clear and focused. Get through this process, and you will see the benefit. You will understand why you had to go through this. Let's look at this mystery card. I really would like this to be a 9 or a 10 of Cups or Pentacles or the Empress card. I feel like this is a lot of physically demanding work. And I want maybe a 6 of Pentacles. It is going to pay off for you. Let's look at the mystery card. Oh, yeah. The 10 of Pentacles. Yes, of course, the 10 of Pentacles. This is longevity. This is legacy. This is all of that success and wealth and stability. This is the completion of the process. This is what your life, this is what you and your life are being molded into in this challenging pressure cooker, blacksmith, alchemy kind of situation. This is the gold. Okay? You've got to trust in this. This is the long-term life that's forming. Okay? This is your forever success. Okay? You're stepping into this future, and this is your ideal, best life, future life. This is your success. That is rippling outward over time, through the generations. Okay? This is you as the best version of you, and you are creating and building your best life. You got your pets, your plants, your people. This is everything you want. Everything that you want in life. and you're being prepared for it. And that preparation feels like the fight of your life. It's worth it, because this is that massive success. And I can't help but think there has got to be a financial part of this. Maybe this is kind of like, this is the struggle now, that you're struggling now, you're saving money now, you're investing your money, you're on a budget, you're really running a tight ship right now, and it's hard work, but you're going to be like a millionaire. Long term, the success is worth it. It's worth all of the difficult, challenging decisions and choices now because of what you're creating. Wow. That's awesome. We're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Leo Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.